This week, Nick and I are talking about Moody Tongue, Crystal Lake, Sketchbook Brewing, and Nick's trip to Texas. All that while drinking some Aqua Predator from Off Color. All that and more on this week's episode. Here we are, hitting up events, drinking our way through Chicago beer, and trying not to miss a thing.
Yeah, because, the cork popped out, it flies like fucking 10 feet. We're like, yeah, let's do it.
All you have to do is add some fruit, stir it up, and ride that milkshake wave.
Whenever I see him, I gotta take a photo with the most decorated brewer in Chicago, Jonathan Cutler.
It'll be like the stuff you hear. Every time you go to Floyd's, all the music sounds like this. Raw, raw, raw.
Sometimes you want a small beer, but really, you want a big beer.
You gotta take in all those big aromatic hops.
Hey, what are you doing this weekend? Waiting in line for a bottle release?
Should have never been a fad. The black IPA is delicious.
Hey, and welcome to Chicago Beer Pass. I'm Brad Chmielewski.
Brad, what's up, man? I'm Nick White.
This time, Nick has been traveling, and I've been here in the cold Chicago weather.
Man, it was 65 degrees in Texas, man. Texas in the fall, that's when you want to hit it.
Yeah.
So, I lived down there from 98 to 02. It's the only place I've ever been where you got to have an umbrella and just to stand on the corner because it's so sunny. It's so close to the equator. But Texas in the fall, Brad, that's the sweet spot, man.
Okay.
That's where you want to be, man. Yeah.
Sounds pretty nice right now. Well, it's not too bad today, but
it sucks a little bit, but it ain't 7. It's going to be 77 there today.
Yeah, it's not that. So Nick was drinking some good beers down there. You brought beer from here to there. Some what?
Yeah.
Floyd stuff.
I brought Lodestar. That was a coconut wine barrel aged Floyd.
Okay.
And we had it with Holly at Dark Lord Day, and it was the best variant I had. Did it have that same effect in the bottle? No.
Okay.
It reminds you a little bit more of the original. But it made it safely, and I got to enjoy it in the Texas sun with proper glassware. That's the point.
With some people who haven't had it before, so getting to share the joy of all that.
Exactly. So, I'm at In-N-Out Burger, place I've never been. I'm like, hey, this comes out now. All right? Burgers are done, fries are done. Good. This comes out now. Let's drink.
Inside, in and out?
On the patio.
Oh, okay.
on a little outdoor seat. And that was fun. Yeah.
Awesome.
It's like a little Texas tradition. I've done that before. I went to Houston and did that. I just brought a bottle of Dark Lord.
Oh, cool.
Just drink it down there.
Fun. Well, we are not drinking Dark Lord. We do have some Malört coffee we're sipping on as well.
Yeah, man.
This Nick picked up a few weeks ago. I've been scared to try it, and then today I was finally like, all right, today's the day. It's all right.
It's fine. It's a little misleading because it says it's Jeppson's Malört liqueur conditioned cold coffee. And then it says liqueur on the can, so the assumption is there's booze in this.
Right, but it says somewhere in the back, like, this does not contain alcohol.
In much smaller letters, it says that. And but then, like, when you look at the Malört bottle, that's the exact language on the Malört bottle. Mm-hmm. So they just took Malört's tag. But if you didn't know any better, it's confusing.
Right.
So, like me, I ran around Riot Fest. I went to, like, every station they had looking for this because I thought there was booze in it. Mm-hmm. And then I got it the next day, and I was wrong. It's still a cool can, though.
Yeah, and it's fun to try.
Yeah, and it's reminiscent of Malört in aroma only. I think they roast it. I think they soak it in Malört.
The beans.
Soak the beans, like the raw beans, and pre-roast.
Yeah.
So you're locking in some flavor, but all alcohol burns off, I think is my understanding.
Yeah, because it smells terrible. But it tastes fine.
Yeah.
It just has that, like, coffee that someone put a little nip in that you're like, well, all right, but you're not getting drunk. But anyway.
Like, I don't know how true it is, but I remember they said Malört had a slogan contest a few years ago, and the top 2 slogans were Malört, it kick your mouth in the balls.
Okay.
That was number 1. And then number 2 was Malört, it tastes like the day that daddy left.
All right.
Well, my first run with Malört was like gasoline and hairspray at Haymarket by like 2010-ish.
Yeah.
That's my first dance. I actually enjoy it now, but my first time around, I'm like, why would you do this to me?
Yeah, you hate me. But that's not all we're drinking. We are drinking actual beer here as well. We got some Aqua Predator, which is a wet hopped farmhouse or saison, right?
That sounds about right.
Yeah, farmhouse.
Because it's the Apex Predator with wet hops. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so This isn't the mouse. It's the apex predator underwater.
Yeah, the predator underwater. Mice don't live underwater.
Wet hops from Hophead Farms. 6.5%. They're rolling crystal wet hops.
Cool.
Wet hop season, man. Brewdoo is out. I got a cool Brewdoo pick I need to post.
Oh.
His artwork is nuts. But
Yeah.
Brewdoo, there's Aqua Predator. That's my favorite style in the cooler months, when months start to get.
Not the barley wine that's ramping
That's
up
like
here?
colder.
Oh, that's cold.
But like that little window, that little Oktoberfest season where you got pumpkin, Oktoberfest, or wet hop.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go wet hop all day.
Okay. Yeah, it's tasty. So yeah, I'm gonna sip on this as we recap our past week with a handful of misses, but we did make it out to some cool spots that may not have been event
Yeah,
themed.
right on.
So last episode, I was talking smack about this Moody Tongue.
Brad-
I wasn't really. I was just. I needed someone to go to
Yeah.
convince me to go.
Right.
So let's hear it. Nik went.
I'm like, here I go, man. I'm gonna wave the flag, man. So we went down to Moody Tongue, 2515 Wabash.
Okay.
So this is, you roll up to this building and it's all black, everything. There is no signage at all about it being a brewery or anything else.
The old one didn't either.
I don't think the old one did either. So they
Took me. I walked around the block in that place trying to figure out how to get in the first time.
there's just a neon, the neon address letters are really bright, and that's it. Yeah.
Really want people to show up.
So it's kind of, so like, the first thing you notice when you roll in here is like, this is a crew that's very secure in who they are, right? They're like, listen, no signage. There's like some kind of like bearskin rug and a waiting area with like a couch
Okay.
when you walk in, and then you have to go upstairs to get the full experience.
All right. Is the Beta Brow mural still up on the wall? Is that gone?
Nothing Beta Brows.
Okay.
It will say this. It is the exact same layout. Bathrooms, kitchen, bar,
Yeah.
all the same. The biggest difference is Beta Brow's key feature was that you could look out into the brew house. But Jared Rubin's like, no brew house. You know what steel and you know what wood looks like. Just be in the moment with whoever you're with. This is a place you have to actually like the person that you're hanging out with. Like you have to actually like talking to the person.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and very few cell phones, which is kind of weird. Like a good amount of people there, no cell phones. I mean, not like as a rule, just like people weren't on their phones.
All right. All right.
So it was interesting. There's a little baby in there. But even the little baby understands that Moody Tongue because he's got his little headphones on, and I didn't know he was a baby until I went over to the.
You just think it was a little dude.
I didn't know there was a baby there until because you get it. All these places, all these seats are available to reserve.
Yeah.
So I go to the couple seats by the fireplace, and I'm taking some pics, and I look over, and I'm like, oh, there's a baby right there.
Okay. The baby reserved a spot.
Baby reserved
He's
a
like,
seat.
I need the fire. Baby, I'm tiny. I'm cold.
Baby was like, I'm a Moody Tongue, so I better chill out. It was great, man. I was like, because I always wondered how they would transport their vibe over, and it's a full-on Moody Tongue invasion. Like it feels like the old Moody Tongue. One notable thing is like where everything at the old place was like, I don't want to say it was kind of off-white. It had a one bright toned color, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Okay.
And then everything here is really everything's dark.
Okay.
Like the bar side is very dark, like a lot of black and a lot of wood. And on the other side, the tones are a little softer, so it's mostly like that wood color, even in the leather, like that nice brown leather.
Okay.
So they're different shades, but both relatively dark.
Okay. Yeah, I think the old one was brighter because it had like, I want to say like a big chandelier, big like light feature or something, or two
Yeah.
of them or something. I don't know.
So it was really slick, man. The parking situation works out. There's parking that starts at 6.
Okay.
So there's residential parking up till 6.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Something like that. The one thing I know, so Jared was there. So cheers to Jared Rubin. Got to, take the place for a spin for a little bit. And he was saying how, they cut a hole out in the wall in the other room, in the main dining room. So that's where you do the 12 course, I think it's 12 courses. You do 12 courses in the dining room, but that's not the only thing you could get there. And I was confused about that.
Oh, okay.
So you can get other things there.
Could do that in a dining room.
You
Okay.
could do that in the dining room. And then they pour this aperitif Pilsner as a refresher through every course. But we got to see the wall that he cut out. So you can see straight to the Sears Tower, which is it's really fantastic. So most of that room's all glass.
Oh,
all
that's-
the walls. There's
That's
only-
nice. Okay.
So there's Yeah, there's 4 walls, but really only one's a solid wall, and the other 3, one's a kitchen, and the other 2 are windows, gigantic
neat, okay.
windows. So you see the train, and you see the downtown.
So you covered up the brewery window, but added new windows.
Right.
All right.
I dove right into the burger. It's a $16 burger, 7-year aged cheddar, pimento cheese. Burger was out of sight.
Okay.
And then I had like a smoked beet tartare. So it's got a little egg in the middle, and it looks like, like
A beef tartare.
It looks like beef tartare, but it's really smoked beet. Yeah. And one thing I really dug, he's a big fan of glassware because, at the last train he had like this Austrian hand-blown stemware.
Yeah.
Here they offer you 6-ounce pours, but they offer it in this gigantic cognac snifter. So it doesn't feel like 6 ounces. It kind of feels like a nice, healthy pour of like a brandy or something.
Okay.
Yeah. So that was neat. Yeah, had a good time. Oh, there's a little museum in there. There's like a brewing equipment from the 1950s in Siebel. Like as soon as you walk up the stairs and look behind you, you see like this little Siebel tribute.
Oh, that's awesome.
So that's cool.
How were the beers? So were they the same beers? Was there anything new?
There were the perennials, and let me pull out my list here. So there were the perennials, which is like the year-round stuff. I dove straight into the vintage stuff. So I went ahead and got the, let's see, what did I get here? I got the barley wine and the 12-layer chocolate cake from last year.
Oh, that's a beer.
Yeah, 12-layer chocolate cake stout.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So I got those, and then, we got a framboise. So that was cool.
Neat.
To finish it. So a sour raspberry framboise in the night. That was Jared's idea.
Okay.
Yeah, it comes in a little flute.
So would you go back?
Oh, that place is great.
But you would go on a date, not just to go drink, or both?
I mean, you could do both. I mean, because like the bar is kind of dark the way a dive bar would be.
Okay.
Dark, But it's like, they keep the riffraff out. They got these ingredients. Like there's a pawpaw IPA on, right? There's all these different beers where like, these aren't dive bar beers, and the space is very elegant, and the space just happens to be dark. But it's like, the guy running the kitchen's like a 9-time Michelin chef.
Yeah.
So it's like everything's on point. Like there's an attention to detail here that's actually very alluring, which I really dug.
Okay.
So I feel like we're on Check Please or something all of a sudden. But I mean, I was just excited for him because it's like you could tell this is the kind of joint that he is really, really excited to have.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I guess I need to check it out. I can't write it off until I go.
Yeah, because like I like the little baby snifter. The little baby 4-ounce pours even come in like the little 4-ounce Austrian hand-blown stemware.
Yeah.
I get excited about cups.
I just
fancy
need-
cups, and I'm in.
I needed someone to go and me to see more pictures of it and hear about it and be like, all right, I'm interested that it's not just Moody Tongue 2.0. That's like almost a new thing, right?
Yeah, what made it new was like it's like they got that Moody Tongue vibe over like 2 different concepts. Yeah. So that was cool.
What is the food on the bar side? So you can't do that 12 course. Is the burger on the bar side, or can you do that the sit down?
Right. It sounds like the 12 course you can only do on the diner side, on the dine-in side.
Okay.
Right. But then, there's like, I don't know, 10, 15 tables or so. Most of the stuff's reserved. But you can do, it sounds like you can do just about anything on the other side if you reserve it. The only thing you can't do on the bar side is the 12 course.
Okay. All right. Yeah. That's what I was wondering. Like,
I didn't understand that part
if
either.
it was like 2 different menus. But
Right.
Okay. That's cool.
Right. But they, I tell you, but like on the, compared to like Alinea or, I don't know, I don't really get out to the fancy Michelin star joints. But like $155 is probably on the more affordable end of like a fine dining experience.
For a 12 course? Yeah.
Right.
That's without booze, just some food, right?
No, that includes your beer.
Oh, okay.
That includes your beer.
Yeah,
But you
that's
can
fair.
upgrade and get wine for like, and then it's like another $70 or something.
Yeah, I think not really fine dining, but I went to like Topo Bumbo.
Topo Bumbo. Yeah.
And I just want chips and guac, like kind of thing. Like I can't get that. It felt.
I know what you mean. I went there once for my birthday, and it was great. But you question yourself like, hey, am I in the target audience for fine dining?
Right.
I had that question about myself when I was there. I really dug it,
Right.
but it's kind of like it's not an experience you need. I
And
need
then
it
you're
twice.
like walking out, and you're like seeing someone making guac at the table. You're like, that could have been me. Like that was good, but I could have been drinking a giant margarita and watching someone like make guacamole. Like sounds
Yeah.
like more me than like
Yeah.
get some wine and have this chip with avocado foam on it.
Fine dining is its own beast for sure. Yeah, yeah. Because I'm like, I would take it for a spin just out of curiosity.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Okay.
I'm
But
like you. Yeah,
yeah, burger at the pub.
burger's great though. That
but-
burger is good to go.
All right, nice. And smoked beet tartare. I'm very interested in
Yeah,
that.
that's a very good from the earth category.
Yeah, okay.
Of the earth, they got like then they got like whole bass and they got they got some seafood options. Yeah, it's laid out, man. I felt like I was very pleased with what was going on there.
Cool.
So
All right.
yeah, cheers to those guys, man.
Nice. And then you went to the end of the earth, also in the middle of the week.
They should,
all the way to Crystal Lake.
They should call this. They could call this Middle Earth Brewing Company. And it would be all the same. So McHenry County, like, dude, apparently it's like, they say they drink more in McHenry per capita than any other county.
There's like 2 people there. One guy's
People get after it. There's
like-
like traffic everywhere.
There's like
there's-
10 people that are just drunks. We drink the most, guys.
I'm like, dude. So this is 2 hours in from from like downtown.
Just on regular traffic. day.
Regular traffic and like 90 minutes on a train. But either way, like you're like going through and you're like noticing like there's traffic this entire route, but then there's like no things, like this side of the road and this side of the road are dark, but then like there's this street with like all cars. You're like, it's like city traffic, but minus all the stuff. Like where's all this
Minus the city.
like what is happening here? It's a very, very strange dynamic. But then you get to Crystal Lake, and it's like downtown Crystal Lake, right by the train station, and it's a party, man. Crystal Lake Brewing Boathouse Reserve,
Yeah.
Boathouse Reserve,
Man,
series.
I was going to go, and too much work, and I just couldn't stomach
Duty calls.
getting all the way up there.
You're looking at 4 hours of travel time.
Yeah.
But then you kind of understand what they go through when it's time to come to FOBAB. They're like, yeah, I'm going to FOBAB, and it took me, I'm like, I took you 2 hours to get to FOBAB.
Right. That's why you hear people from the suburbs. They talk about like it's really expensive because they end up getting a hotel room that night or
Yeah.
something like that, or even.
I mean, because what if you do? Like, if you're partying until 10 and you miss that last train, now what are you doing?
right.
Now you're sleeping on the bench until 5 a.m.
Yeah. So you're just
know?
better off getting a hotel, doing some Moody Tongue fancy dinner, and heading back the
And
next
just,
day.
yeah, get some Z's, man.
Anyway, so you were up there, Boathouse Reserve Series.
Yeah. So what I liked about this was they had they had some vintage beers on, and then they had the full Boathouse lineup, which 2019 package offerings. So the beer that took a silver medal, beer on my fantasy FOBAB team.
Okay.
Not a beer, but the brewery. The 2018 Imperial Stout. That was Bullet and Jim Beam barrels. So apparently they were unsure about what they were doing with FOBAB because they submitted cans from last year as their submission into that category, and they took a silver.
That's cool.
Yeah, so good job by them. The my favorite part about this was this 2018 Brett Saison, which was like really lights out. It was like it smelled and tasted like wine as well as a Saison, like all at
Yeah.
once. It was just really well done. I was just very happy with it. It just brought me joy.
I think I still have one can of 2018, possibly in the fridge. So we'll have to open that at some point.
It was very cool. Cheers to them. Cheers to the whole crew, man. Jesse, the brewmaster. Apparently, their brewmaster got his start in like 1998 at Emmett's.
Oh, okay.
So I didn't know that at all. But they were like, shout out to McHenry Benny's because they came up and they're like, yeah, we listen to the show sometimes. I was like, right on.
Nice.
I'm like, what's the best selling beer at McHenry Benny's? He's like, it might be Miller Lite. But it goes up and down after that.
Yeah.
But you're in deep McHenry County and they drink a lot, so they're probably pounding You know, they pound like Crystal Lake, but the Crystal Lake's top selling beer is like the blonde.
Yeah, that's
the
good.
Blonde ale. Yeah. Cheers to the Harper View and Matt Powers. I saw both of them. And we got after it, man. It was catered by Duke's Roadhouse, which is a bar just a couple blocks away.
Okay.
And then, yeah, it was a house full of like, distributors and friends and family, and they invited us up, so we came and hung out with them, man.
That's cool. Did they give you some cans, or are they going to send us some
yeah,
cans?
we got cans.
Oh, nice.
That's another thing I forgot to tell you. We got cans.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I failed and didn't go, so I'm like, I kind of want to try these.
Yeah,
And
so
I never saw them in the stores last year, and that might have just been my
I think I got cans right here, bro.
fail on looking for it because I had already had it. So, but
Yeah.
I always like see the blonde and one of the other ones.
So I'm going into my Chicago Bears. They lost in LA this week. I go into my Chicago Bears bag for a little strawberry jacket, a little rye. Oh, and these cans.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, there's way more than this.
The German Kolsch, fun.
Yeah, this is the one. The Kolsch is a collab with. That's our top selling beer, the lager.
Yeah.
The Kolsch was a collab with Elgin. That Plank Road.
Oh, okay. Where
Siberia works.
used to work.
Oh, it doesn't. Oh, because he moved to the Riverlands.
Yeah.
Yeah. This was a hang, man. I spent a half hour bitching about getting up there, but then when I got there, it shook it all off. I had a great time.
Did you end up driving or did you take the train?
I think I took the train.
Okay. I don't remember. Took the train home. Might have drove there. Had to take the train back to get your car the next day.
Let's talk about. Oh, I learned about some old breweries.
Okay.
Which I didn't know about.
In that area.
In that area, right. So with the 10-year anniversary of Haymarket and Rev on the horizon, Half Acre, Metro, all like 10 or about to be 10. When you research the old Argus turned 10, you look at all the oldest breweries in the region, and they're all suburban breweries. Wild Onion, Three Floyds, right? Emmett's in 98. But I think Jesse was talking about Lucky Monk in Barrington and how that used to be another brewery called The Brass, which I'd never heard of before that night. And then there's
Hopefully
another.
you didn't hear us crap on Lucky Monk recently.
Oh, that was when Lucky Monk sent. What'd you say? You said they had a flight, and then
The 3 of the beers weren't theirs. Can't do that.
just be like, yo, we ain't got no flights. Just do that.
Yeah.
Hey man, we're out of flights. Just pick something else. Oh, Founders Hill Brewing in Elgin. Downers Grove had a brewery called Prairie Rock.
Okay.
This is all deep dive stuff. Like for me, it was deep dive stuff. I've never heard of these things.
No, that's cool.
Yeah. So, right on, man. Had myself a good old time up in Crystal Lake Brewing, man.
That's awesome. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was Thursday. Wednesday, I went over and checked out the Sketchbook space,
Right on.
the new expansion. This is amazing. Like, this looks like a proper space now. Like before, it was like
It was like the size of the Lewski studio.
yeah, it was like
Hey, Lewski's might have a couple more feet.
At the old one before they expanded, it's like people should not be hanging out here drinking beer. It was more of like a store that you probably should have just bought beer, like the old Half Acre kind of gift shop area. But
Yeah.
they crammed a lot of people in there.
Yeah.
Like it was busy on the weekends.
Yeah. And the old space looked good too.
Yeah, but now it looks like it flows really nicely. It doesn't feel like, hey, this is the old space. Come through this other door and check out the new space. So now you just kind of walk in, you get a beer at where you get the beer, the counter and everything.
The bar.
The bar. And then you can kind of just walk over to the new area, and there's some lots of places to sit down. There's some tabletops and
Is there a wall? Because there's these 2 storefronts, right?
yeah.
And then so there's a wall between the 2, or is it all one open space?
There is a little wall where it has a stage kind of, but it also has seats. So there's 2 big doors that go in between them. They're not doors; they're just door frames.
Okay.
So you would not know it's 2 spaces.
Oh, nice. 2 little walkways.
Yeah.
So the bar is where it was.
Yeah, the bar is still there.
Okay.
That's the only bar, and then Yeah, now there's also another entrance, which I think is just like maybe they have to have that, or like another exit kind of thing, like
Yeah.
emergency kind of thing. But other than that, it's pretty solid.
Right on.
Like it felt dark when we were there because there was no lights and it was all closed up, but it was like very bright and open and felt like, I don't know, just all flowed really nice. So it was cool.
It's the kind of space that Evanston deserves.
Yeah.
Right on.
And I think it's a great time to go up there and check them out because they got their couple, or is it 3 or 4 barrel-aged beers coming
I
out?
saw that today, man.
Was it today or Friday?
They're doing all the tings.
Yeah.
They're doing Evanston tings. You know, they're a likable crew. They make good beer. They don't make a fuss about it. They're doing 5 for 5 anniversary week.
Oh, 5. Woo.
So they got a barrel-aged imperial stout, 3 ways. One, and then the second one is vanilla bean. The third one's coconut habanero. Coconut habanero, huh? Slightly curious about that.
You gotta head up there.
I mean, give me like 3 ounces. I just want to get my feet wet on it.
And Sean,
Coconut habanero.
and then Sean Curry was asking where you were,
Hey, Sean Curry.
and then he was saying he's done at the Mart, never to see Nick again, unless Nick goes up
Dead.
to Evanston.
He's dead to me.
Yeah.
Dead. I see him at the Mart. I'm gonna quickly
No, you
look.
won't see him. He's gone.
Oh, is he done at the Mart?
That's it.
I see him all the time for lunch. I've seen him, ran into him like no less than 3 times at the
You gotta
for
go.
lunch.
You gotta go to Sketchbook now if you want to see him.
Okay. All right.
So
I'm gonna take you up on that. I like Sean Curry.
yeah, maybe I'll be up there.
Saw him briefly at Fobab.
I'll be around there this weekend, so maybe I'll stop in again,
Yeah.
pick up some of these barrel-aged beers.
I think I might do the same. I got a whole lot of nothing going on this week.
Okay. So yeah, that's what I did, and then the Crystal Lake thing happened. I was like, like Evanston was already like
It's a quick turnaround.
a little bit like it just takes a while after work to get up to Evanston. So I was like, I just need to be home and do work and
Duty calls, man.
yeah.
You know, hit that off button, man.
Right.
Nothing wrong with that.
Anything else did you hit up besides Texas?
I didn't do shit this week, Brad. I got a Cadillac, and I fucking cruised North Texas, and did a whole lot of nada. Shout out to the Off the Record, man. It's a beer and vinyl shop in Deep Ellum, Texas. Fantastic concept, and I think they own the space next door too. So you go in, they're spinning all '90s vinyl, and then at the rear of the dance floor is like a little record shop, and then there's a nice little proper beer garden. I had a blast, man. I just want to say what's up to these breweries too that I hit up, man. Four Corners, Petacola, Community Brewing, Celestial. Celestial was the #1 rated brewery on Beer Advocate for Texas, or for Dallas anyway. Lakewood too, and I opened up that bottle of Lodestar.
Nice.
So I had a good time in Texas, man. I had never hit it as a beer destination. Dallas anyway.
Right.
So because
Yeah,
I think I
never.
left in '02. And I didn't really get into beer till like 2010-ish.
I've been to Austin, but not Dallas or
Austin's
anything
the
else.
one. If you go to any city in Texas, you go to Austin. Austin's like Logan Square on steroids.
Yeah, but I went for like 24 hours for like a meeting, and so I had some beer and was like, okay, I don't know, ride the scooter and
You're like, I gotta get back to the
barbecue,
airport.
and I'm out.
Oh, Brad with the scooter. Brad, I was telling somebody the other day, I'm like, yeah, Brad went to Cantillon. I think he rode a scooter to Cantillon.
Yeah, hopped on the lime. Cruising down the streets of Brussels.
Brad lives that kind of life, man. Yeah, yeah. Austin barbecue on a scooter, Cantillon on a scooter.
While you were down in Texas, I hit up Hopewell and Pilot Project.
Right on. So this is Logan Square. Hello.
Yeah. Hadn't been to Hopewell in a little bit. They had their Christmas beer on. You filthy animal. It's a sour Christmas beer. So yeah, it's tasty.
They my favorite Christmas story is you know YouTube and Facebook are like my sources for news, but there's like this little story about how like the Christians that were here already told the like everyone coming in from the old world, like, listen, man, don't come over here with that Christmas shit, because apparently Christmas was the thing where like they'd run up to like rich folks' houses and like beat them up and like try to rob them. Like that was a Christmas thing back in the old world. And they were like, listen, you can come over here and we welcome you with open arms. Just don't bring that Christmas shit with you.
Yeah.
So
But we have it. I hadn't been in a while. I was there on like a Saturday night. I went by myself, so it's definitely always weird being at a brewery by yourself on like a weekend night because it's busy and you're just like, I'm on my phone and I just want to like drink these beers and like.
Well, they got the seats at the bar. But then they got seats in the window too.
So I sat at the bar and had that beer. I also had another one I totally forget, just like a pale ale.
Clover Club.
No, I don't like that beer.
Yeah, there's a lot going on there. They got
They got Ride or Die.
That was
like
it.
A pale.
Yeah,
Maybe
Ride
I
or
had
Die's
that
pale.
one. Yeah.
Yeah, they have a ton of brewing equipment.
Yeah.
In the basement there.
But yeah, so I hit up that, and then I went back down Milwaukee, past Revolution, past Brixie.
Past
BC.
Bishi. Capital X, I guess that means it's Bishi.
Bishi.
Did you go? So you went past Lost Lake too, then?
Yeah, I thought you can't go into Lost Lake by yourself. That's just weird.
I don't know. Hey, they got talking about fancy cups. They got the fanciest cups, man. The little fucking dolphin with the little cherry in his mouth. Oh,
we got to find tiki beer. I have some tiki cups here, so we need a tiki beer.
Dude, I'm a sucker for a fucking tiki bar. I'm all in. Whenever everyone says let's go, I'm in.
All right. Ken makes some good. Ken Hunmeter makes some good tiki drinks.
Right on.
But yeah, past all those, and then I was like biking, and I realized, man, this is a pretty nice strip of breweries. You could include Peace, and they got Peace, Pilot, Bishi, Rev, Hopewell.
Hipster Highway.
Right? Am I forgetting one? I feel like I'm missing one in that. But
I don't know if
is the where the Rattler was? Wasn't there supposed to be a brewery there or like?
I was thinking of the Middlebrow, but they're not on Milwaukee, are they?
They're
on
they're
Armitage.
just on my biking around. I passed it. I was like, I should have went there. I was like, because I haven't been yet. But anyway, Pilot Project. That was my first time there. That space is beautiful.
Gorgeous space. Yeah.
I didn't see a menu, so I just looked at the wall, and I got the house IPA from Pilot. So I'm still unclear what is happening here, because there's like 3 breweries.
Yeah.
There's a kombucha thing.
There's coffee. There's like hot powder on the devil eggs.
There's food. I saw some people eating, and I was like, I don't know what's happening here. And like by myself.
I don't get that place. I went once. I didn't get it either when I left. So
But
I was hoping you'd I'm like, maybe Brad figured out what the hell's going on.
It's so nice in there.
It's really cool. This is a really fun space.
They have a big patio that, it's winter now, so that wasn't open. But I was like, oh, shit, that looks nice.
Everyone's licking their dog in the mouth on the patio.
Okay.
And I think it's kid friendly too.
Okay. There's no dogs inside there. There was lots of dogs inside Hopewell. But I guess Hopewell doesn't have food, so dogs could be in there. But dogs probably can't be inside Pilot.
Cheers to Hopewell, because like one of those beer culture summit events was like couples in beer, and the couple, there's Hopewell's run by a couple, and they both showed up in like shiny astronaut suits, which was kind of cool.
Okay.
So cheers to them. Yeah.
But the house IPA was good from Pilot Project. Nothing like holy shit, but it was good.
I love the Teku glasses, fancy cups.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but then also I think it's a rotating thing where like people come, get their feet. Get established, and then like they're out, and then someone else is in, kind of thing.
Yeah, but that's why I decided to go with the house IPA. I was like, this is your guys' name, so I'm going to try the beer that's here right now. Like, start simple. Like I could have went lager, but I was like, I'll go IPA.
Yeah.
So it was cool. I will definitely be back, hopefully with someone else to just try more and ask questions.
Yeah, that's a dope space.
Yeah,
a really cool space. Yeah.
But those are my stops. I did have that same night, friends had a Mars coffee and CBD beverage. Comes in little 4-packs. This
little buddy 4-packs?
Oh no, like 12-ounce cans.
Okay.
30 milligrams of CBD in it, which I don't know, is that a lot or a little?
I mean,
of CBD.
If it were in a candy bar or something, that sounds like it would be a lot, right?
Yeah.
30 milligrams is a lot.
30 milligrams is a lot of THC.
I mean, if it's THC.
What's the equivalent? I don't know the equivalent.
And then what is like CBD? I think my understanding of CBD is like it's all about vitality and nutrients, and it's like you're supposed to be alert and happy and
I thought it was just like like a pain reliever.
And that.
So
I think, like, because they give CBD to, like, kids who have, like, kids with, like, leukemia or get seizures, right? You give them, like, CBD pills, and then they
people
just
have
relax.
like arthritis,
Yeah.
like the creams and stuff. So I always thought of it as like almost in some degree a replacement to like a ibuprofen or a
Right.
Advil in a sense.
Take the pain away.
But it was slightly confusing in the coffee or when the Mars one, I didn't know they did coffee.
I didn't know that either.
This is straight up Mars packaging. It's like purple. It looks like a Mars beer.
Yeah.
So I would assume it was a Mars coffee beer with CBD.
I thought they did. I knew they did soda, but I didn't know they did coffee.
Apparently they do coffee. Yeah. And so more clarity.
They're doing coffee that takes the pain away.
I guess. So, but where do you buy that? Do you buy that at Mars? Is it in? It wouldn't be in the beer aisle because it's not beer. So where's it sold at? Like where do you get CBD beverage? Can you buy CBD beverages at Binny's?
Right. Is it like a sparkling thing? Well, this dark matter thing is not. It's like it's coffee. It's iced coffee.
That's kind of what the Mars.
Oh, it's like an iced coffee thing.
Yeah.
Huh. I didn't know they were doing that.
But where did you? I forgot to ask this guy where he bought it. So that was Mars. Mars is making things.
You gotta do what you gotta do out here, man. There's 7,000 breweries, Brad.
I guess.
Everybody can't be making. I mean, everybody can make seasonal things and stay afloat, but you gotta be doing something else. Even Half Acre, who's the last crew I thought would be making a seltzer, they're making a mixed culture seltzer apparently.
Right.
I didn't. So you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
Like, no business like show business. Somebody told me that this weekend.
Someone said that, and like, some, like 80-year-old man come up to you, Nick. There's no business like show business. Tap dance out of here. So that was my week. That was Nick's week. We missed like some killer events.
Yeah, we did. This was actually like a proper launch to like stout season. Yeah, proper. See what you did there. Bobab was last week. Goose Island Prop Day was this week. And apparently there was a surprise. You can spend $55 American and get you a bottle of Double Barrel Prop. 18%? No, not Double Barrel Prop. Double Barrel Bourbon County.
Okay.
So Double Barrel is, we put it into one barrel. And instead of taking it from that barrel to packaging after a year, we went and took it and put it in another barrel.
Yeah, we liked what Firestone Walker did.
With the Double Barrel
Ale.
Yeah.
We're going to do that too.
So this is a $55 play, Brad.
It's good.
Yeah, it's delicious.
Get it on tap somewhere.
I'm pretty sure for $55 I can go get like a cash strength single barrel, like Four Roses bottle of whiskey. And just
blend some Bourbon County or just regular Bourbon County in there.
And just drink whiskey.
Drink whiskey.
I'm just drinking whiskey at that point. That's a lot of money.
That's a lot.
Prop Day, you could try all 8 of this year's variants, I believe.
Oh, that's cool.
And then there was a rotating, endless assortment of previous year's props and, Templeton Rye and, that sort of ting. And the bourbon, Goose doing Goose stuff.
Mm-hmm. Like Josh Noel, I wasn't invited. So
Hey, that makes 2 of us, Brad. I also was not invited.
I should write a book about our non-invites.
What else happened this weekend? Beguile, flannel pajamas this weekend.
Imperial pajamas.
Imperial pajamas was this weekend.
Flannel pajamas is the regular one, right? Imperial. Is it Imperial flannel?
There's something about night. Something about.
But all the variants. Was Matt Powers there? Oh no, he went, but you saw him before.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Because they went to.
He would be there.
Yeah, and they were kind of saying how this is new on them. So they're like, yeah, we're doing this pajamas thing. Should we be here Friday? And like, I don't know. You just took a gold and you're releasing this year's version. Maybe you should be there. They weren't sure if they should be there Friday.
Oh, okay.
It was kind of funny, just like getting the behind the scenes. Yeah, there was some I was looking at for Prop Day. But yeah, so that was this weekend. And then, of course, part 2 of the Deepwood series came out this weekend. So this is not VSOJ, Straight Jacket. I was confused that. Straight Jacket. Strawberry Jacket, which is the barley wine with strawberries, and VSOR.
Yeah. So we didn't go, but Afro Beer Chick was nice enough to grab some cans for us.
Shout out to her. So she had a full weekend.
Yeah, she did prop day and this,
Yeah.
and so
Yeah, put numbers on the board. That one.
Strawberry Jacket. I saw, was it Zoller saying that was going for like $200 afterwards or something.
It's a lot of money, man. It's a lot of money.
I haven't had it, but we had that VSOR uncarbonated version. It was
fun.
good. It was
Yeah,
good.
made me happy. And then like I like that they're expanding your sense of what beers you find enjoyable. Because I've had a Roggen beer. It was basically a rye Hefeweizen. I had that at Goose Clybourne maybe like 5 years ago. But then this rye ale, the whole idea of a rye ale is like, hey, rye is like, the most flavorful of all these cereal grains. There's wheat, there's malt, there's rye. Rye is going to give you the most flavor. Yeah. And then, a lot of whiskeys have rye. But an actual rye ale isn't something we get around to over 12 months in most cases. So I'm just pumped that they decided, hey, we're just going to do that. We love malty beers, and here you go, 2 years in a barrel. Wear it. Love it. In your mouth now.
Cool.
Sorry.
Nice. Yeah, we're going to have to, I bet we should just do Beer Past After Dark once they're all released and have one of each.
I like your style.
That's what we'll do.
Because we're talking 10-ish.
Oh, we won't have them all, right?
No, we'll have them all.
We don't have regular
Why not?
straight jacket, right? We don't have strawberry?
Well, strawberry and VSOR were the ones that were for sure going to be gone.
Oh,
That's why we got those.
Oh, okay. So straight jacket.
Straight jacket you can roll in and get. Straight jacket was mass produced.
All right.
So we're on our own for straight jacket.
Oh, okay. I'm not clear on what everything gets released and when and the quantities.
But we have Plums, Cafe, and Deeth. We have those.
Yeah.
We've got VSOR and straight jacket. We're only missing. We have VSOR and strawberry jacket.
So then the next release is in...
Both FOBAT medalists, by the way.
The next release is in a few weeks, right? It should be like in December, right?
I think it's the final chapter, too.
Yeah.
Because it goes 3, 6, 9. There's 10-year beer. They're saying 10-year beer is loosely based on VSOJ with cherry.
Oh, okay.
That's what they're saying. That came from Josh Dee's mouth himself.
Yeah, I thought
Chairman
it's
of the party.
in December unless they push that back to January. I don't know if... I'm not sure if we even know the date on that yet, or I have seen the date, but I thought it was once a month.
Yeah.
But that would compete with Christmas time here, so maybe not.
I mean, if you do it on Christmas Day, at least I might have a chance.
These people will show up.
Oh, dude. There'll be all sort of babysitters and, early exits from family dinners. And
Yeah.
It'll be just as wild on Christmas Day as any other day. You could release these beers on any day. It'll be just as insane.
That's true.
Yeah.
Cool. That's what we missed. Coming up this week at Rev is the We Are Family.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We Are Families coming out this week. That is hashtag I Am Craft Beer. And then it's actually a fundraiser for an organization, which escapes me. But I Am Craft Beer is going to be on the actual...
The hashtag.
Which is kind of cool.
Yeah. It's about diversity and I forget the actual organization, right? But yeah, it's a cool event. Friday at Revolution.
We should know this. We're gonna give you a little more about this. This is Rev's got that canning line that's a little different from their regular
kind
canning
of their
line.
one-off, those black cans that they're doing. I don't know if they're always black, but we saw the Mosaic Hero was in the black cans, the hazy Mosaic.
Right. So they got that going. Mm-hmm. And then they're cranking out. I think Hot Butcher was their first collab. Then Saint Laurent. Saint Laurent was like, yeah, this is funny. It's different from brewing at Beguile because at Rev, it's like, okay, you ready to mash out? And then you hit a button, and it's like, okay, mash out. You ready for this? Hit another button, and it's like that, Yeah. So that's that was funny because I saw them at FOBAP.
FOBAP.
I saw them at FOBAP. So it's a fundraiser for Chicago House 85. We Are Family. It's a Freedom of Expression can release. That's Friday, November 2nd, 6 to 11. There'll be a silent auction and music. It looks like Chicago House is providing housing, health, and employment for those vulnerable LGBTQ plus communities. All the letters.
Yeah,
Brad.
all the letters and symbols.
All the letters. Okay? All of them. So there's that.
So that's Friday. Also Friday at Alarmist, they're releasing a new can in their series, like their green kind of series.
Who's this?
Alarmist.
Oh, right on.
And so
What's the good folks at Alarmist up to, man?
so they got a new hop series kind of happening that day, and it's in this green series. So they're also doing a plant swap that day. You can bring a healthy, pest-free plant and trade it with someone else for also a healthy, pest-free plant.
Oh, and trade it for hops.
Yeah, no. But they also have a beer, so I will probably be up there and grab that beer.
Right on. I do like Alarmist.
Yeah.
Yeah, sneaky good place in Alarmist.
So a couple events happening. Of course, there's always more, and we'll share those on Facebook as we come across them. It's just we don't want to do another hour-and-a-half show for you guys.
Yeah, for sure. I got one bit of news.
Okay.
A couple of weeks ago, we talked about Octopi and how they're making this expansion play. Octopi's up in Wisconsin. It was started by Isaac Chmielewski, who was one of the guys that started Five Rabbit. So he's up in Wisconsin. They poached Goose Island's head brewer and our brewmaster.
Yeah.
And now he's up there. Oh, but they announced that Mary Pelletary, who's a 20-year craft beer vet, is she's going to start a tonic water and grapefruit soda company up there. So
Interesting.
yeah. So Top Note is what they're calling it, and it's Top Note sparkling mixers. So this is tonic water, grapefruit soda, ginger beer soda, and lemon soda. So 8.5 ounce glass bottles. I'm trying to picture what that looks like.
Seems very expensive.
Yeah. It's going to be, their crew's going to be based in Milwaukee. They're going to be brewing.
But they're mixers. They're not even alcohol.
Yeah, they're mixers. They're not seltzers. Yeah.
And then, like, Two Brothers has the Moscow Mule, and another one in cans.
Yeah.
All right.
So it's like a sparkling mixer. The reason it's of note is because Mary Pelletary, she spent some time in Miller. You know, she's like a marine biologist. She like, but she's responsible for the Argus resurgence because she was tapped to right the ship over there and bring in all these fresh interpretations of what they were making.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So she's onward. Sparkling mixers and craft sodas up in Wisco, across the Cheddar Curtain there.
Cool. The only other bit of news that was sort of developing, and I didn't read all about it, was New Belgium is sold, or it's being sold to Lions Craft, right? Or
What the hell's that?
Yeah. See, this is why.
Is this real?
This just happened.
New Belgium selling?
Yeah.
New Belgium was employee owned.
Right. So the employees, they still have to vote on it, but all the employees will, get paid because they're all shareholders of this. But that's the end. I think we were just talking about this with Sergio, or at least I was, about how, yeah, they might be the last ones to sell out. And it's like, oh, nope, never mind.
Damn. New Belgium's purchased by Kirin. Kirin is the international, like, Asian. They're
Yeah,
don't they make, like, Chinese lagers?
I thought it was Lions, right? Or is that their craft brand? I don't know.
Wow. So New Belgium, which is like the fourth largest brewery in the country, announces a sale to an international beer conglomerate. Holy shit. Yeah, you're right. Lion Little World Beverages.
Lion Little, okay.
They're Australian-based. Fourth largest brewery in the country. Only breweries bigger are Sam Adams, Jingling, and Sierra Nevada. Not in that order.
Okay.
Wow. Cash sale for an undisclosed amount. They got 300 employees.
So I think once it's all voted on, we'll find out how much they're sold for.
Wow.
Which is going to be interesting because wasn't like the amount that Goose Island was bought for is going to seem tiny compared to whatever New Belgium is, whatever they're paying for.
Yeah,
New
because it says 190 million. Goose only sold for like 40 mil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what they're saying. 100.
Yeah.
Okay, so the number's out.
They're done, huh? Wow.
Well, they're not done, but
I mean, they're
right.
done being employee owned and independent.
Right.
They're part of a larger crew. So, Lion Little is the largest brewer in Australia. And then they make a ton of alcoholic stuff in New Zealand.
They had to do something else because New Zealand's on fire and it's going to burn away, so they had to venture out.
Wow, New Belgium sold.
Yep. So that's kind of developing. It kind of happened a few hours before the show, so we'll probably touch on it more once the sale happens. Or it doesn't change my. I was not a New Belgium drinker that often.
We had that one
That
little
sucked.
weird fruity thing.
So that's a lot.
It was overly fruity. It was carbonated juice.
Yeah.
Yeah. No one drinks Fat Tire. No one that we know drinks Fat Tire.
Yeah.
But I think their sour stuff probably struck the La Feliz stuff. That's the stuff
Yeah.
you'd find at Delilah's during
good.
that was a sweet spot. Kirin Holdings is owned by Lion,
Oh, okay.
and Kirin is that gigantic Chinese lager.
Or no, not Chinese, Japanese.
Japanese? Sorry. Sorry, guys. I wasn't just misinformed, not trying to be a jerk or anything.
No, that's fine.
I just didn't fucking know. I apologize.
All good.
Oh, wow.
Ah,
So you got...
last week it was Craft Alliance.
Yeah, so the CBA, they sold the rest of their crew to Goose. I'm sorry, AB. And now that makes AB the largest producer of craft barrels annually when you add up all the brands they bought that were craft.
Yes, it's Craft.
Right, and now you got Lagunitas, who was like number 5 in the country when they sold all wholly to Heineken.
Remember, when you're buying Goose Island's $55 double barrel, it's going to the largest brewery in the world.
Motherfuckers. And we were talking about this on the way here because there's a beer from Lagunitas called Dark Swan. It's a wine barrel-aged sour ale. It's really fun. It goes great with dinner. It's a bomber, and it's $4. They always have affordably priced stuff because it's fucking Heineken, and they got deep pockets. So here's the largest brewer in the galaxy selling you a $55 bottle of fucking beer.
Right. That's in a barrel from basically their friends.
But it's interesting the way this is all shaken out. Private investors took a huge stake in the Dogfish earlier this year. Mm-hmm. Lagunitas is done. They're sold by Heineken. The 2 largest breweries in Chicago, Lagunitas and Goose, have sold. And now New Belgium, which was top 5 as well, also sold. So I think it's just becoming more of a normal thing now.
Normal, but also irritating. It starts to become a thing, as with a lot of things, when you get upset that, you trust that this is good because it's from these people, and then when it's not good, you're like, well, this sucks, I have no options. If that's beer, if it's anything that you're consuming.
The illusion of choice, huh?
Yep. So. All right, we'll end it there. Nick, where can people find you? Get in touch when we're not here.
We got to figure out how to get this back down to half hour, man.
Once we're over, there's no going back.
I'm on
to
Twitter.
Break the show into 2 shows.
I'm on Twitter at Nicosia.
And I'm on Twitter at BRAD, Chicago Beer Pass, Instagram, Facebook, website, chicagobeerpass.com. All the episodes are posted there. Links to iTunes and Stitcher, and we're on Spotify as well. And we'll be back next week drinking some orange. No, Bente.
Bente.
Oh, yeah. Take care.
Cheers.